YAHAWAH. But what I actually do here is picking up the main herb that I use at home for every day pretty much. Okay, and in March, which we have right now still, okay, you can eat basically the blossom, you can eat the leaf itself, okay, the leaf, the blossom, and even the basically the thing where the blossom comes out, man, right? Basically it's fresh, man, okay, and I used it every day pretty much, you can also, use it for basically your meal, to put it on there, or some to that it will look better or something. You can pretty much do everything, man, okay? And I would also pick up this, but usually I don't eat this, I go by books, right? By 2 books actually, to compare a little bit, because it's actually really difficult to discern, especially with these, because there are also some that are called hunts, dogs, dogs blossom pretty much, so I have to compare with 2 books, man, alright? But now I know them really good, it takes a little bit experience, so this is what I use today, but these other ones you can eat it also, okay, these white ones, but this is what I mainly every day pretty much, I eat 1 or 2 maybe, or even 3 a day, okay, depends on, pretty much what you have restored, okay, and also, you have to be a little bit careful, because if I would eat like 5 or 6 at, in the same hour, basically it would be very bad with me, so you have to, again, be careful, but 3 or so, or 2, it's all good, man, alright, beautiful vitamins, so this is what I do pretty much every day, sometimes, I have to look for a better place, but usually they grow and not, pretty much on certain places where, on the way, on the forest way or some whatever, man, okay, so beautiful, man, sure.
All praises to YAHAWAH, Ba'asham, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Bakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Okay. Today I got, a little bit herb lesson, it can sound a little boring if you talk about herbs, but alright, I actually translated, okay, an article from this guy Thorsten Pohl here, okay, actually in English for you, because as you saw it in the first video, I will make them together. You see, this is my favorite herb, so it's officially for me worth to talk about it, okay, because I actually use this again as my favorite herb, okay, so I translated it for you, and we will go into it. Okay, the violet, also known as the fragrant violet, because of its sweet scent, is one of the first harbingers of spring that can be found on the edge of the forest and on the partially shaded bushes. Alright, basically, it is. It should smell kinda sweet-like, or it should smell good, okay, for you to pick it up, because again, there are very, very difficult plants, also this, of course, okay, to discern out there, okay, and you better don't get something wrong, because it can mess pretty much your temple up, man, okay, it can really mess your temple up, okay, there are plants, who can actually kill you, okay, with you eating just just a leaf of it, okay, so I don't know, man, okay, but it was actually hard for me to actually find out, okay, how I can discern this one, because there are also very much of these same plants who look like this plant, okay, my favorite plant, and they're actually not, this kind of plant called fragrant violet in English, okay, in German it sounds a little bit strange, okay, but different. Okay, So basically, okay, you can find it there. Okay, in southern Germany, the first violet has been celebrated since the Middle Ages. Okay, so this was actually one that I was, actually I talked about it a lot. Okay, and you may even saw a video where I talked about that. Okay, but it is March, of course, and I was looking for some plants outside, so I was finding this one, and it's no coincidence because in March you will actually see this plant coming out of the earth, man. Okay, so it's we have the 29th of March, and it's still out there. Okay, so but it will get basically it will get bad with this plant, the later it gets, so we will see. Okay, but for as it goes for now, it's still out there and I can still gather it to basically eat it, man. Originally coming from the Mediterranean region to the Caucasus, the violet has spread across almost all of Europe. Okay, so if you don't find it in America over there, okay, don't think like I would show you this because I don't want you to find it or so. No, man. Okay, I want to show you my favorite herb basically. Okay, because I have this always with me, and basically comes from you would say like Europe. Okay, Esau his dwelling place is also Caucasus. That's basically Esau. The Caucasians. Okay, but and the herbs are basically made from us, because we showed the heathens how to use these herbs, use the medicine. Okay, if you can see it, they come up with chemicals. They don't come up with real medicine. They put chemicals in their stuff. So you have to go to an Arabian store, what I do, for example, for my toothpaste, to get a natural toothpaste, because if I would use a mass toothpaste here in Germany, I would use like Elmex or something, which is actually more chemical thing, okay, than natural. Okay, but I went to a Arabian store to buy my toothpaste, which is basically made out of a certain plant. Okay, so there you go. Okay. So don't think that Esau, in the Caucasus, isn't that, okay, came up with this all of a sudden, Of course, they had their witches and so on, and their doctors, that use these plants, okay, for certain reasons, but you better believe that we showed them how to use these herbs, okay? The violet has spread across almost all of Europe. In France in particular, the purple flowers have become popular as candied sweets with the name violet de Toulouse, and are grown there as in Italy, you see, for making liquors. Due to its expectorant effect, the inconspicuous herb is an ideal cough suppression, but it also helps with bronchitis, you see, headaches, and inflammation of the skin. Characteristics. Latin name, well, I'm not interested in the Latin name March violets, you see, fragrant violets, family, violent plants. If I say a Latin name to some not studied guy, okay, which is no study at all to learn Latin names, okay, he would not know what I'm talking about, okay, but March violets, you can already hear, okay, it grows in the March, most likely, okay, and it's violet. Okay, just say it like that. I don't remember, okay, the Latin name when I first read it, okay, and it's not important for me, I don't have to study Esau, what is it, Esau, his way of studying plants, okay, in a so-called university, okay, to basically know and use these things. Okay, of course not. Okay, fragrant violets, family violet plants, Violacea, okay, and you would say like you can get it in the March, okay, March until August even, okay, So you can use that, okay, pores of plant leaves, flowers, buds, okay, which is the thing again where the blossom comes out from, okay. Shoots, roots, leaf shape, kidney shape, it's kind of round, okay. The color is of course violet, okay, and you can find it again forest, okay, in the forest, or okay at the side of the forest, okay, nutrient rich, okay, loamy, but you can actually, okay, falsely discern it by thinking, okay, that you found one, but it's actually another plant. And that's a problem again, okay, if you're not sure, just let it be, okay, as it goes also for, of course, mushrooms and all of what comes out of the earth, okay, it has a certain power given to it, okay, and sometimes the power is for humans really, really, really toxic, okay. So it integrates our alkaloids, essential oils, bitter substances, coumarin, eugenol, flavonoids, glucosides, oleoretin, salicylic acid, metal ester, saponins, noxious substances, tridapine, proper antibacterial, calming. Calming. It's very important for some as well. You know what I mean? Lipid lowering. But they don't go into these things if they don't study an ethos system, on the university, these things. They don't go into these things, okay? You see? So that's the difference between the hopeful elect man and the other people, man. Okay, we go into these things because we know it's profitable according to the Bible, and we go by everything what is written in the Bible because it is profitable. When you go in ethos system, you can actually study to be gay, pretty much, you know what I mean? Okay, so but when it comes to our our faith, man, everything is important, man. What we say, what we learn every day, what we do, what we teach, what we go out in camps, what we okay, there you go. Calming, let's do it again. Okay, calming, lipid lowering, diuretic, okay, expectorant, diaphoretic, helps with acne, or how you say it in English. Let me get it real quick. Let me get it real quick, okay? I don't know how to say it in English, and it's actually important. Acne, okay, it helps with acne, okay? Okay. I just had acne, but I was allergic against, egg and milk, for example, in my childhood. Okay, but actually, I'm no longer actually allergic to these things. Okay, but it comes always with certain skin diseases. If you have allergic, things like that happening to you. Okay, since birth, of course. Okay, But I no longer have that. All praises to YAHAWAH. Okay, I can eat 10 eggs without, thinking about actually getting no breath, okay, after eating it, So basically, let's continue. Acids, where we are. Okay, where we are. Lipid lowering, okay, diuretic, expectorant, diaphoretic, helps with acne, cystitis, bronchial cotter, cough, cold, nervousness, okay, heart, headache, okay, gout, Okay, picture gallery, click. I just put that in the translator. Okay. Applications. As soon as spring begins, the flowers, leaves, and shoots can be harvested. You can either eat the violets fresh, or you can preserve their healing properties by anti-healing properties are only given unto you. Basically, if you know how to use it, okay, because you can use it wrong. Basically, I believe I said it also, okay, in the first video, by drying or boiling them, okay. I basically don't boil them. I eat them fresh, okay. I have not that much time. I'm always busy pretty much, okay, mostly with this truth. In nutrition, the flowers and flower buds can either be eaten raw or sprinkled on your dishes as a decoration, or candied as a special treat. The flowers are also suitable for processing into fruit juice and flower vinegar, jelly, and syrup. From English. From March, you can juice the above ground parts of the violet and drink them fresh. The flowers are available between March and April, while you can collect the leaves until August. Okay, if you don't like my English, shut it off, okay, because I actually had ESO sometimes talking about, basically, I don't even know if they can speak English that good like I do, okay. I know many words. Maybe I'm not perfect when it comes to speaking out the words, but I know really, really many words. Okay, but ESO just envy, Note that the violet should only be used sparingly in food, as excessive, just don't watch it if you don't like my English. Excessive consumption can cause nausea and vomiting. Okay, I don't make these videos to teach you English or something. Okay, if the message gets through, it's okay. If not, okay, don't watch it also. Okay. Especially people with sensitive stomachs and pregnant women should only consume, so you can see the text also if you want to correct me or you think that's wrong. Said basically, consume violets in small amounts. Candied violets are a special treat, can be made quickly at home. To do this, collect fresh violet blossoms and wash them with egg whites that have been worked until they are half stiff. Sprinkle a thin layer of powdered sugar on top and let the flowers dry on a baking sheet for 2 days. Healing uses. Okay, the violet has a healing effect on the human body internally as a tea and externally as a compress. Tea. You can make a tea from either fresh or dried leaves. Used internally, it helps with coughs and bronchitis, okay, or bronchitis, or however you say it, as well as cold. Due to the salicylic acid, the tea also helps with headaches. To do this, pour 200 milliliters of boiling water over the teaspoon of the dried herb. The whole thing is left to stand for about 50 minutes and then strained. You can also use the tea externally as a compress for rheumatism and gout, and also for skin inflammation such as acne. To do this, dip a rag in warm violet tea, wring it out, and place it on the area to be treated. Okay, cork syrup. You can easily preserve the expectorant substances of the violet as a cough syrup. You need a handful, about 200 grams of violet flowers, 300 grams of milliliters of water, 300 grams of sugar, a sea-label bottle. This is how you do it. I just read it. Let the violet flowers soak in the water with the sugar for a day. Strain the flowers, let the rest of the water boil until the syrup is formed. Pour the syrup into a bottle and close it. The syrup can be kept in the refrigerator for about 3 months. Recognition and collecting tips. The March violet occurs at a high of up to 1,000 meters on the edges of forests. Okay. Shady meadows and under bushes on nutrient-rich soils. Okay, also maybe in America, I believe it is actually to be found in America, and reproduces via fruit fields. The violet has a stature height of 5 to 15 centimeters. The petal is hairy. The long stalked leaves are rounded to kidney or heart shaped. okay, and you can clearly, this is, you have certain indicators, okay. The leaves are dark green. The flowering period is March to April. The flowers smell very sweet. There are 5 dark purple petals. The fruit is hairy and grows near the ground. The March violet can be confused with the forest violet, okay. Viola, okay, Reichenbachiana. However, it blooms later and does not have a characteristically sweet smell. You see, so that's the main. Sometimes you can't actually smell what it should smell like, even when it's the white one. Okay, so you better again use many of these given examples how to discern. Okay, you just don't go by one and say, oh, that's it. No, okay. Growing tips, I actually eaten since 1 month or so, or six weeks or so, and I still have difficulties to actually know at its first sight if it's the right one. Okay, so that's what you want to make sure. You don't want to eat things that mess your body up normally. That's just not what you want, man. Okay. Growing tips: you can propagate the March violet either by sowing it between October and December or by dividing it. The seeds need around 5 degrees Celsius to germinate as forced germs. The ones are separated from the mother plant. These are always called things mother, so he can be that bitch how he is, man. Okay. The ones are separated, putting himself under the woman, like, the ones are separated from the mother plant and replanted at the desired location. It is best to choose a partially shaded but nutrient-rich humus soil as a location. Okay, that's just the same if you see, Esau next to our woman, okay, the so-called Israelite, or basically Negro, Indian, or whatever woman, okay, Israelite woman. It looks like you have a lion, next to a goat, man, okay. Not if it's an Israelite foreigner, okay, because the Israelite foreigner still has that Israelite look, so of course that doesn't talk about him, okay, who looks like a heathen, okay, but he is no heathen, okay, and you can see it in his eyes and in his appearance also, okay, he has a beard, most likely, and isn't that, okay, but mainly it's his soul what comes through his eyes, if you know the Bible, okay, but he just don't look like a goat next to our woman, okay, a lion, okay, or a lioness you would say, but a usual heathen, he does. Okay, not the Israelite foreigner who looks like a heathen, okay, but is no heathen. No, okay. But that's just the same, he wanna be under the woman because he is actually himself kind of like very weak spirit, okay, not believing in YAHAWAH, okay, wicked dogs, that's weak. Khan, okay, so we will go real quick, okay, into the appearance of this plant, and I type it in German, okay, don't think that this is okay English also, okay, this is actually the German word for that in the heathen tongue, which is called German. Okay, and it looks like that, and it has what I read in my book is basically that it has these bunny ears, okay, and that's also a thing how you can discern, okay. It has kind of like always these bunny ears, okay, when it when there's no snow on it or rain or whatever, it basically always has this bunny ears, alright, and if you check it out, it always has this, okay. So don't think that you cannot discern sometimes right, when you trust actually that you have it right, okay, you may have it right, okay, but be sure and you have certain more things to consider basically, okay, to discern. All praises to YAHAWAH, Hashem, Shai, Hashem, Kakodash, double honor to the elders and apostles of the ministry.